Just a little tidbit I want to add into this new car series, guys. Because we have the numbers, we've been driving the Outlander for 7 years. I want to talk about purchase price. And usually what I do when I buy a vehicle is I calculate how many years I'm going to drive the vehicle, and I just take that purchase price and divide it by the number of years to kind of get my running costs in terms of purchase only. That's not maintenance or anything like that. It's just, what is this vehicle going to cost me to run for the next 7 years if I pay $50,000? Why do I say $50,000? Because that's what I paid for the Outlander. We've now driven it for 7 years, and I can do that calculation. Except we can't just take $50,000 and divide it by 7 and get our purchase price, because the whole point of buying the PHEV was to save fuel and calculate that into our purchase cost. And I have the numbers, so let's just go over that real quick. The first 2 years I drove the car, I saved $2,000 a year. The next 5 years I drove the car, the Ukraine war started, gas prices skyrocketed, and we saved $4,000 a year. So grand total of gas savings over the 7 years is $24,000. You don't think at the time, that it's going to be that much, but it adds up. That's half the purchase price of that vehicle. Now, on top of that, I also ran the video series, the PHEV series that we did on YouTube, and we made another $7,381.29 to this point. I still make $50 a month on that 90 part series that we did. Not a lot, but puts fuel back in the car, right? So the total that we saved for this $50,000 vehicle, guys, was $31,000. And that is why I buy PHEVs. Hey guys, got the new car. Wanted to show you, got the nice camera out, was going to do all of that. And then I realized, well, actually Mazda realized I didn't actually pay for the car. So they gave me the car, but I never gave them the check. So I got to run back down there before they close. But I'll give you guys a real quick look. This is the Mazda CX-90 in crystal blue, the 2025. I'll just give you a quick look around the outside, inside. Then we got to jump in and go back down there. I've already noticed some cool things that are different than the Outlander. There are no braking paddles, so like I said, you can't set your regen, but the foot pedal, the gas pedal, there's a zone, and it shows you whether you're using power or regenning, and there's a zone in between that if you keep your foot in the right spot, I forget what that pedal is called, this car has it anyway, so you can kind of coast along without using any power. We came almost 9 kilometers home, and it only said that we used 5 kilometers worth of battery power. So just like the Outlander, we're going to get more than what they're saying we're going to get. But we'll get to all of that. We've got lots of tests to do. But anyway, this is the new car. It's growing on me. At first, I just kept having the I Like Big Butts song playing in my head because it has a very bulbous rear end on this car. But I like it. It's actually grown on me. It's round, it's bubbly, it's curvy. It's got nice styling. It has that classy look to it. Look at that blue shine. Beautiful. And the interior actually is something to behold in this car as well. Very nice. Got lots of room. You've got your phone charger in there, your cup holders. It actually has, I love this, the sunglasses holder, so that'll take care of that. It's got the full-size screen in the 2025. This is the GT version, so it is the top of the line, fully loaded. There are no features that you can add to this car. It has everything. I have found my first annoyance though. When you start the car, it starts beeping at you immediately if you don't have your seatbelt on. So right here on the left side down there, you can see the little blue bar. So if we step on the gas pedal, it shows we're using EV power. And if we let off, it will actually go into the charge zone. And if you keep a little bit of pressure, we can get into the coast mode. I've got to build up a little bit of speed to do that first. So it actually has a heads-up display on the windshield as well, so you can see your speed right there, and the speed limit on your windshield. But now that we've got a little bit of speed built up, I can coast along here. I'm not sure what's up with that turn signal noise. Sounds like radio static. I'm also noticing that the rear window is very tiny. Funny for a car with such a big ass end, it's got such a small window, but it does. I have managed to pull up the kilowatt hour and gasoline consumption panel, and right now it's showing we're getting 8.7 liters per 100, but I've literally driven the car 5 kilometers, so that's whoever was driving it before we got it, the dealership. There is 394 kilometers on there. Okay, so much going on with this thing in the 10 kilometers that I drove it. Trying to figure out where things are, what this button does, just everything. Nothing's set up the way I want it. So the first thing we need to do is charge it. So we're going to take our new charging cable that I just installed here, the 30 amp charger. We're going to plug it in, and then we're going to turn on the app and see how long, or if it shows me how long the car is going to take to charge. Right now it's showing that I have 9 kilometers of battery power left. So let's start with that. I believe at 30 amps, this car should take like 2.5 hours to charge. 17.8 kilowatt hour battery in this Mazda. Okay, so we do have a green pulsing light, which means it is charging. And also I'm sure it will show us that over here. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm standing here looking at the app. It's showing 17%, that it's charging, and then all of a sudden I get an inbox ding ding, and I looked and it said that Mazda has detected that my driver's side door is unlocked. So that's pretty cool. If you ever forget, it's going to let you know, hey, you didn't lock your car. So I was just messing around with the car in the garage here for 10 minutes, figuring out, tailgate options, looking at how they put a 7-pin harness down there that will work with my pop-up trailer, but not my boat or any of my other trailers. It doesn't have a regular 4-pin connection on it. What good is that? So now I've got to get another harness. Anyway. Okay, so I just jumped in the car because I wanted to check something. It has been on charge for half an hour, and the car is showing it's at 40%. I was a little bit worried about that because my app is still showing the car at 17%, that it hasn't moved at all, and the charging station back there is showing that it's only putting in 3.3 whatever kilowatt hours right now. So it's still ramping up. But an hour and 20 minutes to fully charge this, according to the dash, is perfect. That's right on. That means we're going to be 2 hours to charge this thing, and it only showed that it had 8% when I plugged it in. So that's awesome. And just trying to find where the sunroof is. Does the car have to be on or just auxiliary power? Okay, there's auxiliary. There it goes with the beeping with the... I'm going to find a way to shut that thing off. Hey, there we go. It's got a massive sunroof to go with its massive back end. Okay, so that removes the cover. Push it again. Aha, there we go. Now, let me just tell you guys that in 8 years of driving the Forester XT with the sunroof, I think my wife let me open it twice because she always said it messed up her hair. So we'll see how many times I get to open this. Seeing as it's her car, not mine, it's probably not going to get much use. So I'm filming this upside down because the steering wheel is locked right now, but look at all those buttons. Got all your lane cancel and cruise and all the voice command stuff. But then over here, second slew of buttons here. I know this one is the charging button. This looks like maybe some kind of lane assist thing. I'm just guessing. I have no idea what that one is. This is all your infotainment center, parking brake and auto hold, and volume control. I don't know what the star is. Favorites? Over here, we've got your parking warning sensors, fuel, TCS, and your seats for driver 1 and 2. Love that option. Just need to let it charge and then we can take it for a drive. will mention that every time I get out of this car, it is actually a bigger step down to the ground than I'm anticipating. So it's quite a chunky vehicle. It's almost, well, dare I say, like stepping out of the truck? A little bit like that? I will say that this does have the third row back seat, okay? So there's not a ton of room, 2 feet of space behind there. But what I was going to say is these obviously come with their own charger, and there's just enough room to squeeze that in there, and I had to play with it to get the cables to sit down flat enough to put this cover down flat. So there's really no room for anything extra because there is a spare tire under there as well. I'm just wondering how much room there is to get in here in the back. Didn't really test this car before we bought it too much. Wow, actually, that's a lot of room right there. Yeah, there's a ton of room in here. Second row. I was going to say fancy, but in 2025, not really. I do like that they have the captain's chair with the space in between so that the kids don't fight, right? Got the nice armrests that come down. Now this is going to be where we see, it's kind of easy to get in here. There is a hump there on the floor. Can't see it, it's dark in here, but there's a 6-inch raise right there. So you'd have to step over that to get in the back. Okay, so a little bit tight for an old guy to get in here like me, but I can still do it. And then once I'm in here, well, it's all right, actually. It's 2 adults could sit in here for a short duration. I wouldn't want to do a 5-hour trip back here. As you can see, there's really room for 1 foot. And it's tight. 1 foot can sit in there and the other one's got to go in the aisle here. I could try to squeeze a 2nd foot in there, but it's not going to happen. No. Okay. No, it did happen, but you won't be getting those out anytime soon. You know who's going to love the 3rd row seating? My 16-year-old and her boyfriend, because they're going to be squished in here like 2 peas in a pod. I just thought of something. Where am I going to put my dog? He's not going to fit back there. Oh, the kids are going to like that. There's a USB right there. It's amazing how many vehicles we've bought. There's another one over here. All right, I just got to get out of this 3rd row now. Actually, I've got to get my feet out of here first. Okay. This will probably be the only time in the history of this car that I ever get in this 3rd row. I would hope. I don't know. Oh God. Oh God, yeah. That armrest just went up my butt. Oh. Okay. Hey, the new car is treating me good already. Woo, baby. This car has some real sleek panels on it. They almost go in. And I believe these are the 21-inch tires. Are they filled with nitrogen? Just got a ding on my watch. The car is charged. 1 hour and 52 minutes. But it wasn't completely drained, right? It was at 17%.